Okay, this was the Bur Oak funeral home for a number of years. It actually went through 2 generations. Um, the entire triangle burned on April 11, 1922. There was a fire that started in one of the businesses here. And back then, all the buildings were sandwiched against each other, made out of wood. And it was extremely windy that night. And the wind fanned the flame from one building to another to another. So the entire triangle was wiped out in 1922, all the way up to Town Hall. Town Hall did sustain a little bit of smoke damage, but that was saved. But everything, even the mayor of Elkton, Mr. Bruce, he lost his house and his business. His house was next to Jenny's house. He lost that and his business. So anyway, after the fire, the entire triangle was cleaned up, and then a lot of the merchants tried to rebuild. Anyway, this is where the original facility was, and then when the rebuilding started, they just put the building right on the same spot. And anyway, it remained a funeral home up until Carl Brill got to a point where he was too old to run it anymore and sold out to Coggers. And of course, they closed this building and built the present Cincinnati.
Tiger, yeah, the big place.
Yeah, I'm fighting a cold, so I'm kind of.
That's all right. I appreciate you doing that.
So anyway,
historical parts for us.
So you figure from I think about 1905 up until the business was sold. It's hard to imagine how many bodies were brought into here. Actually, you go up at Elkton Cemetery and look at the death dates of a number of the people. They actually were brought into here after their death and prepared for burial. And of course,
there's a lot of burials over there.
Sure were. Nice to get a hold of the records. I don't think the records were that well kept, but some of the records were obtained by the town of Elkton. They didn't digitize them. So, and then there was a book put out on burials in Elkton Cemetery. Of course, there's been some deaths since then, but that book doesn't cover all of it because a number of them are buried unmarked graves. So there's, like my mom had a baby brother that died at the age of 4. That's buried there. We don't know where he was buried. We just know he's buried there.
So there's more burials than you can tell.
He's listed in the book as, according to the records, he's, in the book he's listed, but don't have the idea where he was buried. So, okay.
Well, let's see if there's anyone here. All right, let's see. Is there anyone here that would like to speak with us? You can talk into this box that I'm holding. I've heard a quiet yes. Like to come forward? Or any spirits at all in the town? We're here to communicate and learn about your story. And we have this equipment that you can interact with. Hi, who is that? You can touch any of these green lights. Also, if you can see us. Yes. How many spirits can hear me? Six. That was really clear. Another one said 7. So oftentimes what happens is they can't all see each other, so you'll get 2 different answers. Who are the 6 or 7 spirits? Hard to, now I said something. What was that? There's equipment there on the step. We would love to know who the 6 or 7 of you are.
Alright. So this down here, you guys, those are touch activated balls, cat toys. The red light is they can touch. Ooh, look at the cat ball.
Oh, thank you.
The other half circle thing is a static electricity. So this is static.
We don't know,
This is,
but they do.
proximity. It's an energy field that's by, it'll go off. And the balls, you actually got to touch them, so they're kind of cool when they go off.
We've had one move on us before, like actually on an incline. Hi. Who touched the ball? Can you do that again? It almost sounded like there was a child's voice that came through. Can you see the stuff on the step? I have a question, anyone? I know it's hard to come up with one.
Now I heard the robot say, "Doc, you need a doctor?"
Oh.
Oh, there's that ball going off.
I said something right to. Thank you.
Would you like that cat ball off again? Or speak in that box if you need a doctor?
Oh, the REM pod.
Earlier temperature.
Oh.
You're doing it. I don't know. Maybe that's something going on there.
Hello. Thank you for doing that.
You're probably not used to this gear. This is stuff we can use to communicate with you. We can't see you. I don't know if you know that or not. So we have to use these different devices to try to interact with you. You trying to get a message to us?
So, yeah. Oh.
What is that?
They said something. They said, yeah, and then it sounded like a name.
Can you make yourself visible?
Can you show?
Car just went by. Would you like to go for a ride in that one? Sounds like it's got a pretty good engine.
Yeah, did you
What do you
hear
think?
that?
Did you like it or did you not like it? You liked it?
I don't even know what a car is.
You didn't like it?
So we're going to move on because we don't have a lot of time. So can you say goodbye and maybe light something up? See, that's the thing about first-time investigations is, you know, they just kind of get used to everything. Thank
There
you.
you go. There you go.
And then we have to move on. And then, so when you go back tomorrow a second time, thank you.
There you go.
No, they don't want us to leave. It's better because they already know how to use the equipment and they're kind of like, okay, we know this drill, and you get more familiar with them. So first time is kind of more like this.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying.
What about the other ball? Can you light it up?
Yeah, it's weird too on investigations, guys. There's no rhyme or
Don't
reason.
like it.
Sometimes things will interact with the REM pod, sometimes with the K2s you guys got. It's really weird. Sometimes you'll hear things and it won't do anything with the equipment. Sometimes a bunch of equipment will go off. It's really weird, and there's no rhyme or reason why can they turn the flashlight on but not do the REM pod, or why couldn't they do the REM pod? You know, it's really weird with the energy.
Sometimes we don't get stick figures at all, and then other times they're like every 2 seconds we see one figure.
Every now and then you get stick figures that'll do stuff for you. Like, you know, do the K2 or do the cat ball. Yeah.
So that's just passing energy, right?
They're touching it.
So the cat ball has to be stimulated. It has to be like some kind of.
Yeah. And those aren't easy to trigger. We just to light up something if you don't want us to leave. I wish we could spend more time.
Are you
follow
comfortable with us?
You want to follow us along?
Going
Just
for a
don't
walk.
follow us home. That's all.
Just don't follow. Yeah. You can follow Shereen.
Oh, look, it's on there. Don't follow me.
No, don't follow Shereen.
I've
I'll
seen
get it.
enough videos from her house.
Paul, you can follow Paul. Paul likes coach.
No, we're not.
Okay, so we'll go.
We own this building.
We'd love to hear you say goodbye.
If you don't want to say goodbye, I'll tell you what my grandfather used to tell me. I'll see you in the funny pages, or I'll see you later, because goodbye was forever. So we'll say, I'll see you in the funny pages.
You said something really loud. Was that uncle or something? I don't know what you said. Well, thank you for whatever you said. We can go back and listen to everything you said. So.
58.
We're not lighting up anything. We don't have to go inside. Oh, wait.
Oh, look, so start saying temperature. If there's anybody out here with us, first of all, we can't see you. We put all these little gadgets and things. You can either touch them or get your energy by them. And we can communicate because we can't see you unless you show yourself. or interact with these gadgets. So all these different things have energy. That's touch. That's cat balls, right? Over here is energy.
It's lighting up again.
Detects atmospheric energy. Can you give us a sign of your presence? We're all trying to see who's still around and why you're still here. Can you give us a sign of your presence?
Turn that light back on. We're thinking about going inside. Are we welcome inside the house? Can you give us a sign if we are welcome inside? He's like, nope.
Sorry.
Oh, come on. I'm going to turn this device on in my hand that you can talk into, and we'll be able to hear you. And you can tell us, oh, thank you. Does that mean we're welcome? Are we welcome here? Yes. You hear that? Oh, look, the cat ball. The cat ball's lighting, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you. We're very excited about going in. Who is this? Something. Can't wait to. I'll definitely post all this on Facebook. Like, I'll do it over the next 2 days. It's going to be awesome to listen back. Look at Dawn. That thing's lighting up. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're really excited that we're here, obviously. It's like everything's going off. How many of you are here? Visit. Except visit. Can you say how many spirits are here by the tree? Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? Three. Yeah. Thank you. Does anyone have a question you want to ask before we go in? Gosh, it's a little too active for you. Do they have a question? Yeah, that's true.
You know, that cat toy, it's different than the one that was going off before.
Oh, really?
That one that's going off is, I put the other one that was going off all the time, I put it away.
Well, I put one by the tree too.
That's your cat, that's actually your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
They're like, they said we were welcome to come in. They're really excited, apparently.
So, will they come inside?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Will you come inside with us?
Already have still more jackets in here.
See if they say yes.
Okay, so the way to do it is say, well, he's not going to stop lighting the ball. I guess that means yes then. Can you say yes if you're coming in with us? I'll do it. Did you hear that? That was stupid. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Casey has a question.
Okay, yeah, what's your question, Casey?
Are any of Stonewall Jackson's men here that have been wounded?
Are any of Stonewall Jackson's men here that have been wounded? Oh. Did you
Said
say?
something in the
And the
box.
flashlight.
Oh, wow. Thank you. How many? 10? Did you hear that? Said 10. Sounds about right, really?
I don't know exactly, but the ones that must enjoy it.
We need doctors. Tell us.
Okay. Do you need a doctor? Do you need a doctor? Give us a sign. That's weird. It's almost like it just kind of died out for a little bit. Wow. I think we should go inside. That's our cue. That was really interesting. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what happens
It was my
inside.
imagination, but when you said you need doctor, I think it's one is that water.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we do have some water. Wow.
So long.
So maybe that is what he wanted. I said we do have some water. That's interesting.
Now the big tree out front is over 300 years old. It's called a Bur Oak. It's documented as the second largest Bur Oak tree in the United States. The largest one is in Texas. And if something happens to this will move. This will move up to number 1. But the trunk of it is 8 feet thick. So it's the only way to get the exact date would be to cut it down and count the range, but we don't want to do that. But back in 2008, one of the main branches just broke off. They have a technical name for it, but they call it a limb drop. In other words, the limb was as big around as a lot of trees, and the weight of the limb, excuse me, caused it to just break off. And there was a lot of concern about whether the tree would survive, but it's still hanging in there. But that was back in August 2008. So it's still thriving very well.
Produce a lot of acorns.
It actually produces acorns twice a year. Earlier on, it drops little acorns that have these little fuzzy hoods on them. And then about this time of year, probably in another month or two, it'll drop the larger acorns. And Virginia Tech used to come and gather acorns, and they would plant them, try to keep them going. They've got, I think it's down around Richmond. They call it Little Elkton, but they planted a number of these acorns, and they've, established a miniature forest. We won't see the results in our lifetime. See saplings, but as far as a full-fledged tree, these are also Bur Oaks. These are probably offspring of the 300-year one.
Granddaddy.
Yeah.
Keep the talk.
Now, after the battles of Port Republic, which was June 8, Cross Keys was June 8, Port Republic was June 9 of 1862, the Confederates chased the Union Army all the way back to Elkton and beyond, and they brought their wounded soldiers to Dr. Jennings, a lot of them. So Dr. Jennings and his wife attended to a number of these wounded soldiers. The ones that were severely wounded were taken inside the house and administered to. The ones that weren't quite as bad were put underneath that Bur Oak tree and attended to. So there might be some spirits of some soldiers that didn't make it in that house.
That are around the trees.
Yeah, around
That's
the
what I
trees.
was just saying.